listening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away. Sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In and he is Parson Brown. He'll say, "Do the job when you're in town." Later on, inspire as we dream by the fire. Unafraid, the plans that we've made, walking in a winter wonderland. In can build a snowman, we'll protect Parson Brown. He'll say, "Are you ready?" We'll say, "No, man, but you can do the job when you're in town." Later on, read the plans that we've made, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Oh, walking in a winter wonderland. Our winter Christmas special.
Ooh, this beautiful tree.
Who made the tree?
This?
Cation made that?
It's beautiful. Can I just say we have beautiful?
Impressive.
Yeah. Gotta hand it to them. If we were doing a tree decorating contest, I'd have to give it to them. They won it. But the ladies in our finance, I have to admit, may have won decorating their cube area. So it's a tricky.
They did a pretty nice job.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, they're very festive.
Very always.
Yeah.
Every holiday.
Yeah, they are. Well, especially if there's food to be brought in, they get particularly festive. Yeah, they always have snacks.
Always.
I know when I get
treats.
a sweet tooth, I always go and see Cassie or Vanessa
Yeah.
because they have a drawer full of candy.
Oh yeah, and there's a bowl out there with candy right now.
Public knowledge.
Yeah, well, it is now. If you ever stop by the Firman office, see Cassie or Vanessa for candy.
Absolutely. It's like Christmas Lane over there.
Yep.
I love it.
Well, we wanted to talk a little bit about Christmas memories, right?
Absolutely.
Home for the Holidays, I think, is the name of this episode. Are you home for the holidays this year?
This year I am not. So I'm from Wisconsin. My family's back there celebrating it up. I'm here this year. We have a 6-month-old, so I'm stuck.
6-month-old
6-month-old boy. Joseph. Yeah.
Joseph.
Yeah,
He's
he's
adorable.
got my hands full. so we're gonna not travel this Christmas because we tried to travel a couple months ago for my brother's wedding and it was a lot. So I can't imagine.
Did you take the baby on a plane?
We did.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was eventful.
I remember we have one daughter, but she's 25 years old and she lives in New York, but
Yeah.
she is home for the holidays. But I remember though taking her on a plane when she was a little baby,
Yeah.
and we flew from Maryland to California, and I stood for the whole 5-hour flight because otherwise she would just scream.
That was me the last 30 minutes of the flight. He was great on the way there, but we took a red eye so he'd sleep through the whole plane.
Well, that was
ride.
smart.
Yeah, I didn't plan on the way back so well though.
It's like I said, our daughter's home for the holidays, and
Love it.
this year normally we're out in California for Christmas every year,
That's fun.
but this year we're going to be here in Arizona with my wife's family. We have a really neat family tradition in my family. My great uncle and aunt have lived in the same house in Anaheim since 1965.
Wow.
I was born in '71. For those of you playing at home, I'm 50. But what's amazing about that is that except for this year, I think I've had Christmas at my great uncle and aunt's house every year of my life.
That's
And so
amazing.
it's
That's
really neat.
amazing.
Yeah, when I was a kid, they had high ceilings in their house, and so when I was a kid, my uncle would drive out to Riverside in California, and you could cut down a tree back then. And
Love
so
that.
he would drive out there and cut down like a big 13, 14-foot tree and drag it in the house. And
Oh, I can
we
only
had,
imagine.
yeah, it was really wonderful. And my mom and I would always stay the night, and I would get up in the morning, and there'd be that one last present just waiting there. And it was one year it was a bike, and another year it was a BB gun, and the year it was a train set. It was all those quintessential.
Sorry, I mean to interrupt. Apparently, we're having some minor connection issues with the mic.
Okay.
So
well, we look
should
good.
we just keep going?
So.
Yeah, I'd say just keep going. What's the feedback on it?
I've been talking to people a little bit here and there. It could just be connection issues. I just want to let you know before we continue.
Oh, okay.
If we,
I was gonna try and
move it closer.
Yeah, maybe. Well.
If we have to, we can upload the video later.
For sure.
Keep falling and then raising.
Apparently, we're having technical difficulties for those of you at home.
Sounds like a holiday. If you ask me.
It was working just fine before. Now apparently it's working.
Maybe Santa's gonna bring us a new mic.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Well, it reminds me. Speaking of holiday technical difficulties, my wife and I just celebrated our 29th wedding anniversary.
Ooh,
yeah, we got married really young,
exciting.
and our first Christmas together, I decided I was gonna cook a turkey.
Oh.
Except I didn't know that you had to defrost turkey for like 3 or 4 days. So I just pulled it out of the freezer that morning. It was Christmas Eve. I pulled it out of the freezer. Yeah, it's impossible.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what'd you end up doing?
I tried to defrost it by filling the bathtub full of water and floating it in the bathtub. But no, it finally got kind of defrosted, and then I put it in the oven, and it just sat. It took forever, and it dried out, and
man,
it was a big fail.
What did you end up doing?
I think we probably got fast food.
Oh.
I can't remember how that ended up, but
Chinese food.
Chinese food.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, Chinese food on Christmas. Yeah.
We wish you.
Does your family have any Christmas traditions?
We did when I was a kid. We used to go up north every year, and we'd actually camp with my grandparents, which is a totally different version of camping now.
Up north where?
Oh, I remember it just being up north from
in the
Wisconsin.
cold.
In the cold. So
if you're going north of Wisconsin, it's going to be cold.
Yeah. So you just go to the northern Wisconsin. I'm not even sure where, but we'd go every year. We'd drive and we'd stay the first night in our camper out in the middle of like the woods, and we'd drive our big wheels. I was little, and I have lots of siblings, so we'd play outside. And then we'd stay at a hotel with the rest of our family would meet us there, and we'd all swim and eat pizza. It's like the same thing every year, and then we'd drive back. But it was super fun to come home and set up the tree. And we don't do real trees now.
No,
not so much anymore. Not with the baby and littles, and I don't know that it stays alive very long.
Less and less. Yeah. We did that for years, like in the beginning of our marriage, but after a while, you just get tired of it. And,
it was a really big deal. It was a really big
makes
deal
a mess.
growing up for me to get a real tree. But now I'm like, now that I have to be the one to set it up, I'm like, sorry, pre-lit's the way to go.
Yeah,
way to go. So
maybe that was what it is when they came out with the pre-lit trees. Because having to wrap the lights on and off of the tree is...
That was the hard part. And then taking it off when your tree is dead, it was just like a pile of pine needles.
It does smell amazing, though.
It does smell amazing.
It smells amazing. I definitely don't get the same feel with all my little, refill, pine. I have refill pine scent everywhere. It doesn't do the job. But I still keep the tradition of every year we get a Christmas ornament when we go somewhere new.
That's nice.
Whether it be a trip or camping or something, we try and get a Christmas ornament so we could put that new Christmas ornament on the tree. And then all the kids help. Well, they help with the ornaments. And then when they're done and they go to sleep, I go back and I fix them all so it looks a little crazy with mine.
Do you do Elf on a Shelf?
I just started that. Be ready. Like, if you're going to do that, that's like a commitment until they turn a certain age.
It's a massive commitment.
Ooh, it's a commitment. This year I got sort of. I spent a whole night putting together 24 elf activities in advance.
What?
And I have them all in a box because I knew that with a newborn, there's no extra time in the morning. Like, absolutely none. Like, there are days I will come to work and I probably look like I did the day before. So having that elf ready for like 24 days, I just go in there and as soon as the little ones fall asleep, I try and get it done. And when I don't, my guy is real great at going out and just moving the elf somewhere. Mm-hmm. So that way I can try to recover real quick in the morning before everybody wakes up. But it's easy now that I have them pre-made.
That's a really good idea. If
we're going to move, we always say that the elf is spending a day communicating with Santa. will be no
The elf has conference calls.
activity.
I purposely made
busy.
some
Right.
where he's like sick, or there's an elf notice that like he is taking a break today, or he has a
Nice.
cold, so he's got to sit it out for a couple days. So
Elf on the Shelf got popular after my daughter was older, so we never
thank
did
goodness
it.
for you.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm curious. So I'd love it if, for anybody that's watching, I'd love to hear, in the comments your Elf on a Shelf ideas,
Oh yeah.
or if
Share
you have
pictures.
photos of your Elf on a Shelf. I'd love to see those.
Yeah, I tried to.
There's
share
so much
some.
creative stuff.
Tried to share some, and a few of them got really good feedback.
I saw one the other day where they put the elf in a glass of water and then froze it overnight, and so it was a big elf-sicle. And then they had what's the Frozen movie? They had the little
Yeah.
Elsa,
Oh, I
kind of
love
casting
it.
a spell on the elf, and he's frozen
yeah.
in ice.
That's genius. That'll be 2 days of melt.
It's a good
Perfect.
idea,
I
right?
love that.
Yeah, it could burn 2 days.
Yeah. Love that idea. My favorite one we did is I downloaded a picture of like a smashed screen, and I mirrored it onto our television, and it was an easy one. I
Wow.
put the elf on the right below it with a hammer.
That's awesome.
So it looked like he broke the
Like the
screen,
elf broke
and
the
I didn't
TV.
have to do much. It was quick. It was perfect.
That's really good.
But yeah, I mean, I've got tons of Christmas things. Have you ever gone away for Christmas? Or no, because you said you go.
Yeah,
to your families.
usually we're home
Yeah.
at Christmas, but for a while we had a Christmas tradition of going to see a movie on Christmas Day.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
it's fun. Yeah, but it's a little weird. Now, the last couple of years since COVID started, we haven't really. We haven't been to the movie theater for probably a year and a half. And I know
Yeah.
that they're reopened now, but
They
I think
still
in the
make you wear a
meantime,
mask.
well, right, and I think in the meantime too, everyone, people have gotten set up home theaters. If you didn't have one already,
Yeah.
a lot of people have, and now you can stream just about everything. So it's
Yeah.
more fun and to watch movies at home.
They're not making you with a mask. We just went and saw the Christmas Spider-Man.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
Man,
whoa!
what-
Really? The new
No Way
Spider-Man?
Home.
I've been trying to get tickets.
what's
for
it?
the past
Oh,
2
Spider-Man:
days.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Is it
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I'm
awesome.
taking my little.
Yeah.
I know
sister.
you
Very
guys can't
Christmas.
see him, but Greg's right behind the camera today.
Yeah. He purposely came late
Yeah.
so that I'd have to sit here. Man, he got me.
Yeah. Megan's got a better singing voice than Greg does.
Yeah.
So.
He joined in though.
He's good,
He wasn't-
though.
He's
Hey,
good.
were there any questions existing from
Let me double
Greg
check.
Marchand's last visit?
He did a great job.
Yeah, actually, we would like to. There was one about. Let me check real quick. If you have another memory to share, I can pull it up while we're.
Yeah, one of the things that wasn't one of my memories, but my mom grew up in Iowa on a farm, and she had 6 brothers and sisters, and her dad they'd all be in the house having Christmas dinner, and her dad would get up on the roof of the house with sleigh bells and be up there shaking them, and the kids would all run outside, and he would hide on behind the chimney or something, or on the other side of the roof, and they'd have him out there and oh, we got to walk around. Maybe he came down, he's on the ground somewhere, and they'd be looking all over for Santa. And while they were doing that, somebody inside the house brought all the presents out and put them under the tree.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is
So
awesome.
we do something kind of like that. We do a thing where, because we have, just kidding.
Don't ruin it. Your son Gavin is
Right there.
We have
Gavin's 21 years old. I think
8
he probably
children,
figured it out.
And I think we started it when we just had the first 3, but
What's
we'll
weird, you guys
get
did it.
pajamas, Christmas pajamas for them to wear, and we'll put them out the door, and we'll ring the doorbell at like 9 or 9:30 or whatever that time is after we finished all the stuff from that Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then we'll ring the doorbell, or we'll do something where one of the kids goes outside. We think we heard a sleigh, and they'll run outside, so they see these wrapped now Christmas pajamas sitting on the right in the front doorstep, and there'll be a note from some magical elf.
That's
They
great.
brought them by to say, "Hey, Santa's on the way. Put these on and get in bed." And so it's been a blast, but you've got to come up with some poem each year because it's a magical Santa rhyme. But that was kind of a neat thing that we started. I don't know if that was from some Christmas movie or some show, but
That's really good.
we started that when the kids were little. So we've been doing that for, close to 20 years now.
Christmas in your house has got to be a blast.
It's
Could you-
crazy.
Yeah, Greg.
But-
I don't know if you can hear Greg, but he told us this really great story about. Do you want to tell the story? About how they have pajamas that are delivered on Christmas Eve. You said.
Yep.
They're delivered Christmas Eve at the door,
I was wondering.
and the family goes. And how many kids do you have? Just so we can.
8.
8
Greg
kids.
has 8 children.
Greg has 8 kids. I feel like that deserves a
Yeah.
I struggle
It does
with.
at
I
Christmas.
struggle with
Yeah.
3. That are delivered Christmas Eve, and then I'm sorry. And then as kids are going to get them, right? You guys, did you say you put Christmas gifts
So
under the tree?
there's a little magical poem that they get that says, "Put on your pajamas and get in bed because Santa's on
Oh,
his
I
way."
love it. A magical poem that
And so
tells them
they've
to
gotta
put
go
their
to
pajamas
bed.
on and get to bed. I love
That's
that.
just a way of getting him
And
into bed.
And then we fill all the presents come under the
I
tree.
love
at
that. I do a Christmas Eve box.
And they can hear
So
us.
it just
They can
has
hear him
pajamas
really well.
in there.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's
Okay.
Christmas so they can hear him.
So,
Okay.
Gavin, how old were you when you stopped believing in Santa?
Like 12.
That's
not-
good.
Like
Minutes
11 or
ago.
Yeah,
something.
right.
When I
We
started
just
the
blew it
story.
right now.
Gavin said it was
Actually go there?
You guys can't see Gavin, but he's got a little tear.
It's funny, I always wondered. I mean, I know how you did it, but there was times where, like, I wonder if you got Caden to do it, because there would be times where you and Mom would both be in the kitchen, and I'm like, who's delivering them? I'm like, and he's dropping them out
That's
there, like,
good.
you have, like, some
That's
outside
good.
TV.
They know what they're
Right.
doing. In Arizona, there is a neighborhood that has there's like a bunch of Santas that come out from their house, a Santa from their house that go on the roof. They all dance and people drive through. It's like an orchestrated event. I'll have to share.
Oh,
I
that's
just
very
Wow.
I
cool.
just learned about it, but it's something that goes on. I believe it's this weekend. Check and I'll put it in the comments. But it's super cool. If
I'll
you're
go
in the
there
area.
one time, Santa slips
Yeah.
and falls.
Oh no, then you have to put on his outfit. And then
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but like,
right.
Kingdom Santa, yeah.
Santa
You know, it's-
Claus.
Last weekend, my daughter and I went out to Southern California to visit some family, and we were staying in Newport Beach, and we got to see the Christmas boat parade on
that's
the water.
awesome.
And then on Saturday in our neighborhood, because we live here in Arizona, they had the Christmas side-by-side parade. You know,
Nice.
so the Can-Ams and the Razors and the Rhinos and everybody decorates everything with lights, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Depending on where you live, you probably have different kinds of Christmas parades. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so
We
cool.
Steve Horner said that he's going to the cinema on Christmas Day. You want to join?
I know that guy. That's a
Yeah.
friend of mine. Hi, Steve. Steve's one of my oldest friends. I've known him since I was a teenager. That's cool. Glad he's
Awesome.
watching.
Yeah.
Movies on Christmas Day is kind of a thing, though.
It is.
It's
my
really
daddy's
fun.
my dad used to take me Christmas Day to see a movie. So
Yeah,
that was, that's a
usually
huge
there was
deal.
some kind of killer movie that was dropping that day, or they play an old classic.
I'm
or
really
something.
excited that you said that you went and saw Spider-Man. I've been trying to get there, but it might be a good idea to try on Christmas. Well,
And no masks.
maybe.
Right?
No, that was all back to
Where'd you
normal. It was
go?
really nice. Just Harkins. Went with
Harkins.
Oh,
Darcy.
okay.
Harkins.
AMC I think still requires masks.
I think you want to order your tickets early, though, for sure.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
ordered them in
Yeah.
advance, but I went to order them when it came out, sold out all
No,
weekend.
it was,
Oh,
it was
wow.
sold out a week
Man.
prior, so.
No
And
kidding.
they're doing all the cup refills. So when you
Oh.
got
Yeah.
kids, you can still do
That's a
the-
big deal.
The
It is a
popcorn
big
bag
deal.
refill, the cup
You
cup
need that.
refill.
Okay, so what's the best Christmas movie?
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
that's a good one.
I'm gonna pick a very controversial one. So obviously, yeah, Matt from our marketing, he yelled Home Alone. That's
That's a classic.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
I think I go with Die Hard. I
Die
think
Hard's
Die Hard
pretty
is my
good.
favorite. I consider it a Christmas
I
movie at
love
my
it.
house. I've probably watched it 3 times.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Well,
but it's
What about
tough,
you?
isn't it?
it is. You got Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
The Christmas Vacation's
National
really
You got
funny.
Elf.
You got
Oh, yeah,
Will
right.
Ferrell,
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
You got
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. Yeah.
You'll shoot your eye out.
out.
Love it.
I mean, that's a classic.
That's a
That
classic.
one's pretty high up for me, I think.
Yeah.
Christmas
What's
Story.
A Wonderful Life? Is that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every
That's the
time
real
an angel gets
classics.
his wings, you hear battles. That's
Yeah.
What about
Take
like
that one.
Polar Express? Tom Hanks.
I could never get into Polar
Oh,
Express.
Polar Express,
I
yeah,
struggle
that's a good
with
one.
that
That's a
one.
pretty good one.
That's a classic. It's not better than Elf, but it's good. Like, I
Yeah.
remember that as a kid. So.
Yeah.
Here in Arizona, there's a train that goes from Williams, Arizona, in northern Arizona, up to the Grand Canyon.
Yes.
And it's about a 2-hour ride, and they take you to the Grand Canyon. You spend kind of 4 or 5 hours there, and then you get back on the train and go back to Williams. But during the winter, they turn it into the Polar Express train.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all decorated.
And you can actually stay at a hotel and
You
everything.
can,
It's
yeah.
like a big ordeal.
That's a
The
great
train
experience.
And the entire hotel is completely powered by Firman generators.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Greg
Like, goes
said-
up the generator onto the train in Polar Express.
That's right.
Greg said the train and everything is powered by generators. Firman
Right.
generators. That was a joke, but it would be awesome. And
We
could-
have some pictures that are on the screen.
Yeah.
The one in the bottom left-hand corner, I'm proud to say that's my daughter Kylie sitting on a generator. That's from a winter photo shoot that we did in February this year, also up in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yep.
And then there's a picture from our Christmas party of some fun-loving people right there. Greg and I are in that picture, and Tristan from our tech team is in there, and it's small on the screen. I can't see who else. Chad is the one laying on the ground.
Oh, nice.
Chad's
That's a good one.
one of our sales guys. And then there's a great picture of Tristan and Hunter carrying a generator.
Yeah.
Matt will notice that's his Tundra in the background. He's very proud. And then there's a picture that we just took last week of our entire team here in Phoenix.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was super fun.
Yeah, we have such a great team of people. And, one of the things that I love about Christmas time is family and, just the time that you spend with your personal family. But,
Yep.
but we get to spend a really neat amount of time with our work family as well. We threw a Christmas party in November this year because everybody's schedules are really tough in December. But we had just a wonderful time getting to spend a weekend with all of our coworkers and all the Firman family. We're really lucky and blessed.
Someone asked what was one of our great memories of the year. I don't know if we discussed that last week or not, but was having that Christmas party, but having the team from Greensboro get a chance to fly out.
Yeah.
And I think 8 or 10 of them had never flown before.
Right.
So to kind of incorporate that experience with getting our teams together, and a lot of them hadn't, a lot of the Phoenix folks hadn't met the Greensboro folks. So that was just really cool. That was neat.
Yeah, it's really neat to have everybody all together for an event. And I think we really do operate as a family. One of the one cardinal rule at Firman is that no one's ever allowed to say that's not my job.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how that works. Like everybody pitches in when we have big projects or
Oh,
big
yeah.
shows that we're going to. Everybody pitches in wherever needed, and it really is a neat group of people.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everything goes hand in hand here. Gavin's pulling up. We actually have some questions, so even though
All
we're
right.
coming close to our end time, we're going to keep going until we get all the questions answered, and then
We have another song to
and
sing.
we have another song to close with.
Yeah.
So you're not done with
Yeah.
us yet. So I was having trouble pulling up our last live on my phone, so Gavin's going to pull it up. We did have a couple of questions.
Oh, great.
We had a couple of questions we'll answer.
And as always, we encourage people to ask questions.
Absolutely. Any questions you have, like generator, Firman related, or non-Firman related. Tell us about your holidays. What are you going to do? And your favorite memory. What was your favorite about today's show?
What do you get?
What
Do you
did-
know what you're getting for Christmas, Megan?
Do you,
Have you
no,
asked for something in particular?
I asked for family trips. I just want to go on more family trips.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't, other than that.
We've kind of gotten to the point that my wife and I just buy ourselves our presents.
Yeah.
And then wrap them up and put them under the tree.
We're like, what do we need for camping? That's what we're like telling each other. What do we need for camping?
Yeah.
So we're trying to make sure we all have bikes and we all have things because we used to bring like a golf cart with us.
Oh, yeah.
But now we have a motor home, so it's hard to bring a golf cart with us. We
Right.
can just, pull it in the back of the toy hauler. So we're like, maybe we'll bring bikes, but we don't all have bikes. So now we're
That's a good one.
working that into the equation.
We were joking around the other day because we're getting together with my wife's family for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And we're joking about how it's just kind of almost like a cash exchange,
Yeah.
So like, my niece and my nephew both just want money. They're in college and they both just want money for
Yeah.
Christmas, and we all just exchange envelopes, or we
That's
could probably
so
just keep
funny.
our money.
That's funny.
There were 3 questions
Okay.
last week
Okay.
from Greg.
They're popping up for me for some
Go for it.
One was there was a question because he had mentioned his involvement with PGMA.
Oh, sure.
And he kind of helped kickstart a lot of what happened to PGMA, especially with and that's Portable Generator Manufacturers of America. And it asked kind of where or what positions he had held. I think, and I have to go back. And at some point, Greg on again, but I think he was actually president for about 10 years.
Yeah.
From the onset up until a certain period of time, and then they wanted to get some more people in there to do some roles. But he actually was president of PGMA and really helped establish the whole PGMA G300 carbon monoxide sensor and shutoff process.
Right.
So that was a big deal.
And Dan, who's our product development guy, is currently the vice president
now.
of PGMA.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, and
So
Greg
we
is
have
on
the
a bunch
best of the
electrical
best on our
boards.
team.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is-
It's a big deal because it's helping us stay on top of
Absolutely.
everywhere we need to go and all the things that we need to do with our product to make sure we're taking care of the end user. On the nuisance shutoff, we discussed about a little bit, is there another way around that? And there's not. The nuisance shutdowns, we actually have had 0 reports of actual true nuisance shutdowns. When we actually get a picture of how the person's using it, they're usually using it incorrectly. So it is on a porch or
Right.
near in a garage or sheltered area where it's going to collect. It's supposed to shut down because it creates an unsafe level of carbon monoxide.
And for our viewer, a nuisance shutoff would be the generator shuts off when it's not supposed to. If you were just
Right.
running it out, you know,
Right.
far away from a building and just shut off for no reason, we haven't had that happen at all.
No,
Yeah.
no. And in a perfect world, you want to be 20, 25 feet away from an occupied structure.
Right.
Or any opening ventilation to an occupied structure. When you're using the unit properly, the CO shutoff works perfectly
Yeah.
and the way it's intended to work. So so we haven't had any of those. The third one is one we'll have to get Greg on again. If we had the manual in front of me, it's how does it read? What are the parts per million needed to set up the alarm and then actually get the generator
How
shut
many
down?
parts per million?
And I don't know that off the top of my head. I'll have to
I
get
don't
that
either,
info
actually.
from him. But
The right amount. It's
Yeah.
the right number of
It's
parts
the
per
right
million.
number. So we'll get that info. But those are the 3 big questions that popped up from last week. So
So all right.
So
We
that was good.
appreciate
That's
it.
great.
Yeah,
Good
we wanna
questions.
Shout out to Harold. We're happy that you loved your NASCAR hero cards.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention that.
Totally love that you love those. We want to make sure we're taking care of our guests who are coming back every day and who are watching us and checking out things. And again, share all of your questions with us. I think Jason and I.
We won't be on Friday. We're going to be home for Christmas
Yes.
with our friends and family. But
What?
we'll be back
We're
Monday.
not gonna- What?
We'll-
You're going to be live?
We will be back Monday next week.
Yes.
And then again, the following Friday and Monday, we will be off for the New Year weekend. So we're skipping a couple the following weekend. The first week of January, by the way, Firman is going to be out at the Raceway in Yuma. So we're sponsoring John Schneider. You know him as
Duke.
Bo Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard. I'll get you, Duke boys. But we'll be out there. Some guys, we have one of our big trailers that'll be there, and having some folks from our team at the Raceway, the Speedway in Yuma. So if you are in that part of the world, come out and see us.
and
Absolutely.
that's dirt track racing. I think,
Dirt
right?
track racing.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that's it. So.
All right. Are we gonna sing another song?
We're going to sing another
We're
song.
gonna try. This one's harder.
Yeah, this one's harder.
All right.
For sure. We gotta make sure we got the lyrics are a little different than what we're used
This
to.
one's
so
a duet.
So bear with us. But
Right.
We're gonna nail it. Ready?
I think so.
I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I gotta go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has
Been hoping that you dropped in.
so very nice.
I'll hold your hands, they're just like
My mother will
ice.
start to
Beautiful,
worry.
what's your hurry?
My father will be pacing the floor.
Listen to the fireplace
so
roar.
really I'd better scurry.
Beautiful, please don't
And
hurry.
maybe just a half a drink more.
I'll put some records on
The
while I
neighbors
pour.
might think,
Baby, it's cold, bad out there.
say what's in this drink?
No cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew how.
Your
to
eyes are
break
like
this-
starlight now.
To break the spell.
I'll take your hat, your hair looks
Well, thank
swell.
you, I ought to say no, no, no.
My, I'd mind if I move in closer.
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my
I
pride?
really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside. More words to the song, but
This is a
we're
really
gonna stop
long
there.
song, but we want to wish everybody
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thanks
Merry
for tuning in. We
Christmas.
appreciate it.
Christmas.
Thank you.